Question set 24. Student name Victoria Kirkham. Student number 13007535. Question 1. In the grid below, the middle expression of any row or column is calculated by taking the mean of the two vertically or horizontally adjacent expressions. This is the table. Pass on the positive value of x. So you've got your table. So you look at 2x and 6x first. You can add them together and divide by 2 to take the mean, which gives you 4x. You look at your last column. You can say that 6x plus 10x plus 2, all divided by 2, is 16x plus 2, all over 2, which gives you 8x plus 1. You take your middle row, call that box y. You can say y plus 8x plus 1, all divided by 2, is 5x plus 4. And then you can rearrange to find y in terms of x. Put that back into your table. If you take your left column and call that box z, you can say that 2x plus z all over 2 is 2x plus 7. You can rearrange to find z in terms of x. Now if you take your bottom row, you can say that 2x plus 14 plus 10x plus 2 all divided by 2 will give you that quadratic. And then you can rearrange to find another quadratic and equal it to 0. And you can simplify and factorise. So either 2x minus 6 equals 0 or x plus 1 equals 0. So x equals 3 or x equals minus 1. And you're taking the positive value, so x is 3. Question 2. T is the number that you will receive, therefore T equals 3. All measurements are in centimetres. The ratio of the volumes of two similar solid cones is 8:1. Calculate the difference in the surface areas. Your answer should be in the form alpha pi centimetres squared and pass on 1/7 of alpha. So we've got our diagrams and we know that T is 3 and T plus 1 is 4, so we can put that onto the diagram. So now using Pythagoras we can find out the value of x. So we can say that 3 squared plus x squared equals 4 squared. And we can rearrange to say that x equals root 7. Put that onto your diagram. And we know that the volume ratio is 8:1. So now we can have a look at the volume of cone A. Using the formula for volume of a cone, we can say that the volume of cone A is 1/3 pi r squared h. And if we look at the volume of cone B, we know the values of cone B. So the volume of cone B equals 1/3 pi times 3 squared times root 7. And we know that 8 lots of the volume of cone B equals the volume of cone A. So we've got this equation. And now we can rearrange to find h in terms of r. So we've got 24 root 7 pi equals 1/3 pi r squared h. So h equals 72 root 7 over r squared. And we know that A and B are similar, and this means that they're in proportion. So we can say that the interior angles of the cones will be the same. So we can put that onto the diagram. And now we can say that tan theta, using the opposite over adjacent rule, we can say that h over r squared equals root 7 over 3. So h equals r root 7 over 3. And now we have two equations that it says that h equals 72 root 7 over r squared, and we've got h equals r root 7 over 3. So we can equate these two. We say that 72 root 7 over r squared equals r root 7 over 3. So r cubed is 216, so r is 6. Put that onto your diagram. Now we can substitute this value into one of the equations. So h equals 6 root 7 over 3, which is 2 root 7. And now we can use Pythagoras to find s. So s squared equals h squared plus r squared, which equals 2 root 7 squared plus 6 squared, which is 64, so s is 8. We can put these values onto the diagram. So now we can look at surface area. So the formula for surface area of a cone is pi r squared plus pi rs. The surface area of A is 6 squared pi plus 6 times 8 pi, which gives you 84 pi centimetres squared. And look at the surface area of B, which is 3 squared pi plus 3 times 4 pi, which is 21 pi centimetres squared. So we're looking at the difference of surface area. So we take these two values. So 84 pi minus 21 pi is 63 pi centimetres squared. So alpha equals 63 and alpha over 7 equals 9. And that's what we want. T is the number that you will receive, therefore T is 9. Given that 1 over x plus 1 over y equals t plus 3 and x plus y equals t minus 11. You're writing down the value of 12xy. So 1 over x plus 1 over y equals 9 plus 3, substituting t into the equations, and x plus y equals 9 minus 11. Taking the first equation, we've got 1 over x plus 1 over y equals 9 plus 3. So 1 over x plus 1 over y equals 12. If we times everything by x, we get 1 plus x over y equals 12x. And then times everything by y, we get x plus y equals 12xy. Now if we look at the top two equations again, both of these equal x plus y, so we can equate both right hand sides of each equation. We can say that 12xy equals minus 2, and minus 2 is the value that you want. Question 4, t is the number that you will receive, therefore t equals minus 2, and the function f is defined as f of x equals x minus 12t if x is greater than 4, f of x equals x squared plus t squared if x equals 4, and f of x equals x minus 6t if x is less than 4. And you'll find the value of f of 5 minus f of 4 plus f of 3 minus f of 2. The function f can now be defined as f of x equals x plus 24 if x is greater than 4, f of x equals x squared plus 4 if x equals 4, and f of x equals x plus 12 if x is less than 4. So we just find f of 5, which gives you 29, f of 4, which is 4 squared plus 4 equals 20, f of 3, which is 3 plus 12, which is 15, and f of 2 is 2 plus 12, which is 14. So now if we do f of 5 minus f of 4 plus f of 3 minus f of 2, using them values, answer is 10.